Let me tell you something that might change your life. Before your coffee, before your phone, before the world demands anything from you. The first 60 seconds after you wake up, decide who wins your day. Not your boss, not your circumstances, not your past. You utter, and if you don't own that first minute, the world will. We underestimate it because it's small. 60 seconds feels harmless, but that minute is the gateway. It's the border between intention and reaction. And most people cross it unconsciously. Today, that changes. The moment your eyes open, before your body fully moves, before the world rushes in, there is a single silent thought that rises to the surface of your mind. That thought is not random. It is not harmless. It is a signal. A command. A declaration of how you are about to experience the next 16 hours of your life. Most people don't even notice it. They let it slip by like background noise. I'm tired. Not again. I don't feel like it. And in that instant, their nervous system responds. Their posture softens. Their energy drops. Their day tilts in the direction of that one careless sentence. But here's the truth. Your brain believes the first story you tell it. It doesn't argue. It aligns. So if your first thought is defeat, your body prepares for defeat. If your first thought is pressure, your body prepares for stress. The first thought is not small. It is the architect of your emotional state. In that fragile, powerful window between sleep and action, your mind is highly suggestible. Neuroscientists call it the theta state, a space where your subconscious is more open, more receptive, more programmable. You are, in essence, writing the opening line of your day directly onto your internal operating system. And yet, we treat that moment casually. We let yesterday's worries spill into today's beginning. We replay unfinished conversations. We anticipate problems that haven't even happened. And then we wonder why we feel overwhelmed before we even step out of bed. The mind is like wet cement in that first minute. Whatever you press into it leaves an imprint. The question is, are you imprinting power or panic higher? Panic. Understand this with absolute clarity. Thoughts are not just mental whispers. They are biochemical triggers. The moment you think, I'm stressed, your brain releases cortisol. Your heart rate subtly shifts. Your muscles tighten. Your breathing becomes shallow. But when you think, I'm ready, or I'm grateful to be here, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin. Your chest expands. Your energy rises. Your body follows your belief. This is not motivational fluff. It is physiology. Your first thought doesn't just color your mood. It programs your biology. And when you program your biology for strength, you walk into the day differently. Your conversations change. Your decisions sharpen. Your resilience expands. All because of a single intentional sentence. The tragedy is not that people have negative thoughts. The tragedy is that they accept them as truth. Just because a thought appears in your mind does not mean it deserves authority. You are not a prisoner of your first impulse. You are the editor. You are the author. You are the author. You are the one who decides what stays and what goes. When you wake up and the thought says, I can't handle today, you have a choice. You can let it run your nervous system, or you can interrupt it with something stronger. I have handled harder. When your mind whispers, I'm not enough, you can counter with, I am growing, I am capable, I am prepared. Power is not the absence of negative thoughts. Power is the decision to override them before they take root. And here is where discipline meets identity. The first thought you consistently choose becomes the lens through which you see yourself. If every morning begins with self-doubt, you slowly build an identity around struggle. If every morning begins with intention, I show up fully, I lead with courage, I create value. You build an identity around strength. Identity is not formed in dramatic, life-altering moments. It is formed in dramatication, quiet repetition, morning after morning. Your first thought becomes your internal reputation with yourself. When you repeatedly choose empowering thoughts, you build self-trust. You prove to yourself that you are not at the mercy of mood. And that self-trust becomes confidence that no external circumstance can easily shake. Much in the cumulative effect. One powerful thought does not just change one morning. It changes your posture in a meeting. It changes the tone of your voice in a difficult conversation. It changes whether you hesitate or step forward. When opportunity appears, multiply that by weeks, by months, by years. The compound interest of one intentional minute every day is extraordinary. You don't need an hour-long routine to transform your life. You need awareness. You need ownership. You need to recognize that the first sentence you speak in your mind is a seed. And seeds grow. They grow into emotions. Emotions grow into actions. Actions grow into habits. Habits grow into character. And character shapes destiny. So when you open your eyes tomorrow, do not surrender that sacred space to autopilot. Claim it, choose deliberately, speak strength internally before the world speaks to you. Because the first thought is not just a thought, it is the starting signal of who you are becoming. Choose it like your life depends on it, because it does. The first thing most people reach for in the morning isn't clarity. It isn't intention. It isn't strength. It's their phone. Before their feet touch the ground, before they've taken a conscious breath, they are already plugged into notifications, headlines, emails, and opinions. And in that instant, something subtle but powerful happens. They surrender control. They allow the external world to dictate their internal state. A message can trigger anxiety. A post can spark comparison. A headline can ignite fear. And just like that, their emotional direction has been decided. Not by them, but by whatever flashed across the screen. The first 60 seconds were meant to anchor you. Instead, they scattered you. When you wake up, your mind is in its most impressionable state. It is quiet, receptive, unarmored. That is exactly why what enters it first matters so deeply. Your phone is not neutral. It is engineered to capture attention, provoke emotion, and keep you engaged. Algorithms are designed to stimulate, to alert, to pull you in. So when you scroll first thing in the morning, you are exposing your most vulnerable mental state to a flood of stimulation. You go from zero to overwhelmed in seconds. And then you wonder why you feel restless, distracted, or behind before your day even begins. It's not weakness. It's conditioning. And conditioning can be changed. Understand this clearly. When you check your phone first thing, you are reacting before you have chosen who you want to be. You are responding before you have centered yourself. Emails demand action. Messages demand answers. Social media demands attention. And all of it sends one subconscious messages: you are already late. You are already behind. You are already needed. Somewhere else, that sense of urgency compresses your thinking. It tightens your chest. It shifts you into reactive mode. Instead of beginning your day with intention, you begin it in defense. And when you start reactive, you spend the rest of the day catching up to a rhythm you never chose. There is also something more dangerous happening beneath the surface. Comparison. The moment you open social platforms, you are confronted with curated success, filtered beauty, highlight reels of achievement. Even if you consciously know it's selective, your subconscious absorbs it as reality. Before you have even brushed your teeth, you are measuring your life against someone else's peak moments. That quiet comparison chips away at confidence It plants seeds of inadequacy. It makes your own goals feel smaller, your own progress feels slower. And all of this happens before you've even had a chance to define what today means for you. You deserve to start your day rooted in your own path, not tangled in someone else's. Your phone is a powerful tool. It connects, informs, enables. But tools are meant to serve you, not rule you. The first minute of your day should be about alignment, not consumption. When you delay picking up your phone, even for 60 seconds, you reclaim authority. You tell your mind, I decide what enters my space. That single act builds discipline. It strengthens focus. It trains your brain to seek internal direction before external input. And that discipline compounds. Because when you prove to yourself that you can resist the immediate pull of distraction, you strengthen your ability to resist distraction throughout the day. You sharpen your attention span. You deepen your presence. You elevate your performance. Imagine waking up and instead of scrolling, you sit up and take one deliberate breath. You stretch your body. You choose one intention for the day. You remind yourself who you are becoming in that quiet space. There is no noise, no comparison, no urgency, just clarity. That clarity becomes your foundation. Then when you do pick up your phone, you do it from a position of strength, not vulnerability. You respond instead of react. You engage instead of absorb. You remain anchored instead of scattered. The device hasn't changed, but your relationship to it has. And that changes everything. Because the most successful, grounded, focused individuals are not those who avoid technology. They're those who control when and how it enters their lives. The first 60 seconds are your opportunity to establish that control. Protect them fiercely. Guard them deliberately. Reclaim them unapologetically. Do not let a screen dictate your state. Own your morning. And you own your power. Dave, every single morning, before you speak to anyone else, before you step into any role the world assigns you, you answer one silent question. Who am I today? Not in words, not in a dramatic declaration, but in posture, in tone, in the way you rise from your bed. Identity is not something you stumble into. It is something you choose repeatedly. And the first 60 seconds after you wake up are where that choice begins. Most people think identity is fixed, carved in stone by past experiences or other people. Opinions, it isn't. Identity is shaped in small, consistent decisions. The way you begin your morning is one of the most powerful of those decisions. When your alarm goes off, there is a micro moment of negotiation. Stay small or rise strong. Delay or move. Doubt or decide. That negotiation may last only seconds, but it reveals everything. If you hit snooze again and again, you are not just postponing waking up, you are reinforcing an identity of hesitation. If you sit up with intention, even when you don't feel like it, you are reinforcing an identity of discipline. The action seems minor. The psychological message is massive because every action you take casts a vote for the type of person you believe you are. And over time, those votes build your self-image. Identity drives behavior far more than motivation ever will. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, you will unconsciously look for evidence to support that belief. If you see yourself as someone who leads, who grows, who adapts, your behavior begins to align with that image. The first minute of your day is your opportunity to consciously install the identity you want to embody. You don't wait to feel confident. You choose to act confident. You don't wait to feel ready. You decide you are capable. High performers across industries understand this principle deeply. They do not rely on fluctuating emotions to define who they are. They define themselves first, then let their actions catch up. The problem is that Many people allow yesterday's version of themselves to dictate today's identity. If yesterday felt unproductive, they wake up already labeling themselves as behind. If yesterday included a mistake, they wake up already calling themselves inadequate. But identity is not a life sentence. It is a daily construction. You are not required to carry forward every doubt, every misstep, every insecurity into a new morning. The first 60 seconds are a reset button. You can consciously decide, today I am focused. Today I am resilient. Today I am courageous. And when you declare that internally, you begin to behave accordingly. Your brain starts scanning for ways to prove you right. There is extraordinary power in deliberate self-definition. When you consistently wake up and affirm a strong identity, you build congruence between your thoughts and your actions. That congruence eliminates internal conflict. Instead of debating with yourself all day, should I try? Should I speak up? Should I take the risk? You act from alignment because you've already decided who you are. And when identity is clear, decisions become faster. Confidence becomes steadier. Even setbacks feel different. They don't shake you at your core because your identity isn't built on outcomes. It's built on intention. You stop saying, I succeeded, so I'm capable. Instead, you say, I'm capable, so I will keep moving. Imagine the cumulative effect of this daily choice. Morning after morning, you rise and claim an identity of strength. You train your nervous system to associate waking up with empowerment instead of resistance. You begin to trust yourself. That trust spills into every area of your life, your work, your relationships, your ambitions. People sense it. They feel the steadiness in your presence. They respond differently to you because you are responding differently to you, because you are responding differently to yourself. Identity is magnetic. It shapes the energy you carry into rooms. It influences the standards you set. It determines what you tolerate and what you pursue. And it all begins in silence, in that first minute when no one else is watching. That is where the real transformation happens. Not on stages, not in applause, but in private commitment. So when you wake up tomorrow, do not drift into the day unfined. Sit up, breathe deeply, choose who you are. Choose it boldly, choose it repeatedly. Because when you control your identity, you control your identity, you control your direction. And when you control your direction, you control your destiny. Decide who you are before the world tells you and live the rest of the day proving it true.